Hey guys, how you going? My name's Karnage. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I've actually got a really sick attack to show you. My base was raided by a guy using All Zookas, and don't be fooled by the amount of troops he dropped. He has 104, but he doesn't use 104, and you'll see what I mean by that in the end. He uses 4 landing crafts only of Zookas to take me out, and my task force was, as you can see through some of the chat there, they were pretty amazed by it. I was a bit shocked by it, and I didn't notice he used 4 landing crafts to take me out. That sort of annoyed me a little bit. But look at this. He had 70% troop damage and 100 GBE, I think it was, percent GBE. So he takes out my machine gun there to give himself a dead spot, just sort of a gap to come at me with, and he took out the 1 mine because he knows that his Zookas can handle the damage from 1 mine only. So he's just walked around every single mine that I have, which is a bit annoying, but necessary if I want to defend warriors. So look at that. He's just smoked right to the dead spot, and look at what he's about to do. Where's the HQ? Alright, now we'll pause it. Look at his shock locations. He shocks my stuff back here, so the shock launcher doesn't get his Zookas. He shocks my shock blaster and my flamethrower and the boom cannon. That was more for the purpose of the shock blaster more than anything, but you look at this side, he shocks my mortar and the machine gun, and he drops critters on both spots too. And notice where this one's placed. Now based on this, you've got a rocket launcher there, a shock blaster, and this flamethrower, as you can see, that's already destroying his Zookas. So how's the rest of this attack going to go? Well, this is the part that's going to impress you. See, look at that. The rocket launcher is just in range of the critters, the shock blaster targets those critters, and this flamethrower gets distracted by the critters, which amazed me beyond comprehension, because I would have never expected it to go after it as much as what it did when it had already targeted those Zookas. So I mean, you look at that, he used it for only 4 boats of landing crafts. 4 boats of Zookas, sorry. And at the very end, he drops his other Zookas to make it look like he used the full amount. So that's pretty crazy, if you ask me. I mean, that takes crazy amounts of thought and thinking and Zooka skills to be able to pull that off. So, especially when he was unboosted. Guessing based on his statues, I think he was unboosted and he's a Zooka player, but not totally committed to that. It looks like he's got a few other things, maybe Power Stone chance or resource reward or ice statues or something like that. But I thought I'd show you guys that. I do have another attack I can show you. Smoky hooka, that's the one. I just did this attack actually, and I'm getting better with my smoky hooka. As you can see, it has a shield generator, and it did have ice, I think, yeah. So it has 2 ice statues, 1 masterpiece of each. So this was a very easy base. I use my kill spot is where it is simply because the rockets are up the top. I probably should have made it this cannon, but I figured the shock locations, the shocking's gonna be about the same anyway, so I wasn't fussed too much about it. I could have saved some heavies had I chose that location instead, but grouping on the beach, double smoking, so I don't lose heavies when I flare the HQ. critters to distract stuff to keep my Zookas alive as long as possible, and shocking the shock blasters and flamethrowers so I don't lose anything more than what I have to. And boom. So even with that shield generator, I still took out this base and I'm unboosted in this attack. So some pretty cool Zooka stuff here. I felt you guys might enjoy this content because as my as one of the new guys in my task force said, in all these years of playing the game, he'd never seen someone use Zookas quite like that. So I thought maybe, considering I felt the same way, you guys might enjoy that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.